Welcome to Lesson 10. Today we're going to be discussing the present tense honorific. So this is the 세요 form. So in this lesson, we're going to be going over 세요 with verbs, with nouns, polite requests, and then we're going to do some practice. So the present tense honorific. What is this? So 세요 comes from the honorific suffix 시다. We can add she to most verbs to make it honorific and thus more formal. We conjugate it the exact same way as we do with 아요, 어요 form. So if we take a look at our example here, we have 가다, to go, and we would just add in the she to make it 가시다. And this gets conjugated with the 아요, 어요 rules. So we're going to get 가셔요. So you may be asking, if we get 가셔요, then where does 세요 come from? They are actually the same. 세요 is just the standard pronunciation that people use now. Alright, our first section is going to be verbs plus 세요 or 으세요. So, we use 세요 when the topic of the sentence deserves respect. 세요 is also used for asking questions or making requests to the person that deserves our respect. So this could be teachers, professors, elderly people, anyone of higher status than you. And it has slightly different rules from 아요, 어요 form. So 세요 is used when the final letter is a vowel, and 으세요 is used when the final letter is a consonant. And here are some examples. So with the 아요, 어요 form, we had to look at the last vowel of the character, but in the case of 세요 or 으세요, we only look at the last letter. So our first example, 앉으세요 versus 앉아요. We have 하세요 versus 해요. Then we have 싶으세요 versus 싶어요. And we have 좋아하세요 versus 좋아해요. Next, we'll be looking at nouns plus 세요 or 이세요. Please notice that it is different from the verbs 으세요 versus 이세요. So here, let's take a look at the differences between verbs and nouns when using 세요. With the nouns that end in a consonant, we use 이세요 instead of 으세요, as with the verbs. So on our verb side on the left, we have 공부하세요, 가세요, 자세요. And then for the bottom portion with the consonants, 있으세요, 읽으세요. And please notice, 먹으세요 is asterisked because it is not correct to say 먹으세요. Instead, you would use 드세요. And on the right-hand side, we have the nouns. So 의사세요, 간호사세요, 교수세요. And at the bottom, 이세요, 학생이세요, 선생님이세요, 회사원이세요. Alright, we are moving very quickly, but the next section is polite requests using 세요. So, 세요 can also be used to make polite requests. These would only be used with verbs, not nouns, and we have a few examples here. First, we have 앉으세요, please sit. 가세요, please go. 공부하세요, please study. 하세요, please do. One more thing to note is that 세요 does not translate to please. It's just a more polite or formal way to request someone to do something. And now let's try a couple on our own. Alright, using the verbs below, conjugate into 세요 or 으세요. Please take a few minutes and try to complete this on your own. Alright, our first one, 좋아하다 becomes 좋아하세요. Number 2, 먹다. Remember, not 먹으세요, it becomes 드세요. Number 3, 읽다 becomes 읽으세요. Number 4, 공부하다 공부하세요. Number 5, 고르다 고르세요. And our last one, 없다 없으세요. So in example 2, we used 먹다, and it can be conjugated to 먹으세요, but there's a separate honorific term for when you're saying to please eat or please drink, which is 드시다, which becomes 드세요. I tried to think of a few situations where you would use 먹으세요, but it just sounds kind of awkward all around. But 드세요 works in most situations that require you to be polite or formal. Lastly, we're going to do some more practice, this time with nouns. You're going to be using 세요 again or 세요. So try these examples on your own, and then we will look at the answers. Alright, number 1, 약사 becomes 약사세요. Number 2, 가방 becomes 가방이세요. Number 3, 책상 becomes 책상이세요. And our last one, 변호사 becomes 변호사세요. And that is the end of lesson 10. So this was more of a quick guide to how to use 세요 with verbs and nouns. We have seen 세요 used in previous lessons as well. So this was just a very quick guide on conjugation rules for 세요 form. I hope that this has helped, and I will see you in the next lesson.